Well, with regards to that specific question of embassies opening, one issue I've been dealing with, a lot of questions are being asked is, are K-1 fiance visas subject to these travel bans? Can people doing fiance visas come here? Because what's happening is some embassies are telling people who have K-1 fiance visa cases that their foreign fiance is subject to the immigrant visa travel ban, which says that a person who's getting an immigrant visa cannot come to the United States until the end of this year, 2020 at the very least. So it's a pretty messed up situation, and it's wrong. The immigrant visa ban blocks people who are applying for immigrant visas. But according to the statute, according to regulations, according to the Department of State, everywhere you can find, a K-1 fiance visa is a non-immigrant visa. So it's a major mistake several of the embassies are making. Right now they're shut down anyway, so they're not doing interviews, so it doesn't really matter. But once the interviews open up, if you're not getting K-1 scheduled, that's a big issue that has to be dealt with educating the embassy, contacting legal authorities above them, and maybe even filing a lawsuit if they play this game because it's incorrect. K-1s are non-immigrant visas. Now, there was a non-immigrant visa travel ban, but that only applied for work visas under some categories of H1 or H, and some categories of J visas and L visas. But again, K-1s were not included in that. So it's a big mistake if they decide to impose a travel ban on the K-1s, and that's that. But keep in mind, there are other travel bans. So if you're from Iran, for example, there's a travel ban for that, both regards to COVID-19 and both regards to security basis. If you're from China, there's a travel ban for that because of COVID-19. And the way to get around those COVID-19 travel bans, which also applies to Brazil, most European countries, the UK, Ireland, is you have to leave that country for about 2 weeks and to go to a country that's not travel banned and then be able to come to the United States. So it's really tricky. There's a lot of things going on. So if you're worried about your case, you really should consult an immigration lawyer in private. But that K-1 situation is really messed up, really scaring a lot of people based on a mistake and misreading of the proclamations, the executive orders that the president put out. And so I was hoping to educate people here and let you know that if you have a K-1 visa, the right is on your side. The laws are on your side. It's just a matter of informing them. But with all that said, we got to wait for the embassies to open up to even do interviews, because right now, even if you're right, it doesn't matter. And so hopefully they'll be educated when the time comes to do that. And several embassies, from what I hear, correctly are putting the K-1 as a non-immigrant visa, which means not being subjected to the travel ban.